Good afternoon, all my beauty professionals. Today, I want to finish up the skin chapter, which is the skin structure, growth, and nutrition chapter. Now, if you're studying out of the 2016 Milady's textbook that looks like this, it would be out of chapter 7. And if you're studying out of the most updated version, which my version is 2022, looks like this, it would be chapter 3. So we're just going to finish up talking about the glands. We're going to talk about the functions of the skin, the melanin of the skin, and what the text recommends for nutrients to upkeep your skin and keep it healthy. But before we get started, I want to thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Thank you for your support. God bless you, and let's get started. All right, the first thing I want to tell you about our skin is not only is it the largest organ on our bodies, but it's amazing because it's also a system. Now, what makes the skin a system is because we have glands in our skin, and glands, according to your text, is considered what's called specialized organs. Now, my question to you is, do you remember what system skin is a part of? That's right, integumentary. Okay, so this kind of ties hand in hand with not only the functions of the skin when we're talking about glands, but also if you recall when I spoke to you about the layers of the skin. So as far as your sweat glands and your oil glands, which layer of the skin would you find those in? That's right, the dermis. So the proper term or technical term for sweat glands is sudoriferous glands, also known as your sweat glands. But the function of your sweat glands is actually excretion. So it helps to excrete waste through the pores of your skin. And you will find sudoriferous glands all over the body, but more so in the palms of your hands and in the soles of your feet. So not only is it excreting waste out of your body through the pores of the skin, but it's also helping to regulate your temperature. So when you're working out or if you're in really hot temperatures and you begin to sweat, pay attention next time if you start to feel cooler when you feel those little beads of sweat coming out of your skin. Sudoriferous glands, also known as sweat glands, and you'll find them in the dermis, and the function is excretion and regulating body temperature. Okay, the next gland we're going to talk about is your sebaceous glands, also known as your oil glands. You will find those all over except on the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet, which really is a good thing. But it secretes an oil that's called sebum. So secreting and excreting, you might wonder what the difference is. When something's excreting, it's actually getting rid of waste. When it's secreting, it's releasing, but it's not getting rid of any waste. So your skin secretes an oil sebum, but there's no waste in it, and it's to coat your skin, to protect your skin, and also your hair. So it gives your hair shine, but it coats the hair and protects it also. Now, I think I've mentioned this in prior videos, but we have what's called an acid mantle. So that's when your sudoriferous glands excrete sweat, your sebaceous glands secrete an oil, they mix together, and it makes an acid mantle that coats your skin that actually protects from bacteria entering into your skin. So the only way it could get in really is if you have a cut or a micro cut. Sebaceous glands. Okay, our skin has 6 main functions that it does for us. So if you could close your eyes and just imagine if you had no skin, what would happen? And that will make you think of one function at least that our skin does for us. Now, I used to say in the classroom, if you've ever seen, there's a movie called Hellraiser. That's all I'm going to say on that. If you know, you know. Protection. That's your first function of the skin. So our skin protects us from what? It protects us from getting burned. Just imagine if we were outside in the sun, we would get immediately 3rd-degree burns. So it's a covering. we would get all kind of diseases. So put it this way, we wouldn't live long. So it's protecting us from bacteria getting in. It's a covering. It's water resistant. So, you know, things can't penetrate within our body. So it helps to keep us alive, really. Very important. We need our skin. The second is sensation. You gotta think about that. We have nerves in the skin. So if you backtrack and watch the layers of the skin videos that I've done, this will help you to understand what I'm talking about now. So what are some sensations you may feel on your skin? You feel hot, you feel cold, you feel pain, you get the chills. So all those things, that's the second function, sensation. Now, three of those functions I think I just shared with you from which gland. So one is heat regulation. Which gland would be a part of that? That's right, your sudoriferous glands. hmm And then you have excretion. That's also the sudoriferous glands. And remember, we talked about secretion, which glands would be responsible for secretion? That's right, your oil glands. And so remember, just imagine if we didn't have those oil glands to secrete the sebum to cover our skin, even in your head, because your scalp is skin. Imagine how dry our skin would be, and even your scalp would be splitting open. They call those, when it's a cut in the skin that cuts down to the dermis. If you've ever had chapped lips so bad where they would split open and bleed, that's called a fissure. So just imagine without sebum on the skin, because some people have conditions where their skin is dry. So I can imagine they kind of suffer a little bit with that. Having fissures all throughout your head, how painful that would be. You wouldn't be able to wear your hair back. It'd be painful to shampoo your scalp. You'd constantly have to be putting oils on your skin. So that's part of that. And the last one is absorption. So I just have to say, whoever invented patches is a genius. And I wish I had invented any of that, because your skin absorbs it. And what's in the skin? Nerves, blood vessels, and all of that. So it's an easy way for a medication to go into your body system without puncturing anything, without taking pills. It's just amazing. So absorbing things that you put on your skin. But on the flip side of that, this is why you have to be so careful as to what you're applying to your skin. So I know everybody's always recommending sunscreens and this and that. Yes, that may be true. However, what is in your products that you are placing on your skin that's absorbing down through those blood vessels and nerves into your body? You have to make sure that it's the right stuff, because if it is not, then this is why so many ailments can come about based off of the products that we use: foundations, shampoos, conditioners, all of it. So just make sure whatever you're applying to your skin, it is healthy for your body, because it does absorb it in. Okay, so your textbook recommends some things for you to upkeep your healthy skin. One is water to help keep your skin hydrated. But I also want to tell you this: you never want to overdo it on water. And just because they say water doesn't necessarily mean you have to drink it. You can eat foods that are loaded with water, and that just helps to keep your skin plump and hydrated. Because remember, especially if you smoke cigarettes or anything like that, when you smoke, you are actually dehydrating yourself from the inside out. And it makes sense that it would cause wrinkles in the skin if you are not rehydrating yourself. So that's one. There's vitamins, carbs, fats, and minerals. These are all recommendations according to your text that helps you to upkeep healthy skin. Because remember, whatever we ingest that goes throughout our body, through our cells, and it affects our skin, our hair, and our nails. So not only just topically, but what we're taking internally also. Okay, last but not least, we're going to talk about the melanin of the skin, which you will find melanin in the basal layer of the skin. And what's another name for the basal layer? That's right, stratum germinativum, which you'll find the stratum germinativum in, that's right, the epidermis. So there's two types of melanin, and you can remember this because when you get to hair coloring, this also has to do with the hair, with your eyes, so it's not just skin. There's eumelanin, which this pronunciation is right in the text. It's pronounced eumelanin. This is producing your darker brown to black. So the darker skin tones, the darker browns, they're producing more eumelanin. The more fair skin tones, but this is also in the hair too, reds and blondes and yellows, that would be pheomelanin. Now, some people pronounce it pheomelanin, but if you look at how the text breaks it down, it is pheomelanin, and that's for your lighter skin tones. So basically, that's it. We have wrapped up the chapter of the skin structure, growth, and nutrition. And please feel free to ask questions in the comments section. If I don't know the answer directly, I will most definitely ask someone or research it, and I will get back to you on that. So thank you so much for watching my videos. Bye, guys.
Get in here, you wild buck.